this 24 hours been like for you?
Man, it's going by fast. Obviously, when I got the phone call from the 49ers, obviously I was on the plane in about 3 or 4 hours, headed out here, got out here around about 9 and studied till about 11, 11:30, and had to be up for my physical around about 5. So it's been going by fast, but I've been enjoying it. Enjoying, meeting everyone around the building and all the players. So I'm excited.
When you look at that playbook for the first time, is it similar to what
Yeah,
you
it's
had?
similar. It's similar because Rich was a quarterbacks coach here last year. So I say about 90% of it is like similar. Obviously, there's 10% that the terminology is different, and I got to get adjusted to that. So I'm looking forward to it.
When did you get the sense that you could end up here?
Uh, Probably. I mean, there are a lot of rumors going around. So, but I didn't know until Elway called me in his office and let me know that it was the 49ers. So I heard four different teams that I could possibly go to, and it ended up being here.
To go from a situation where you had just a couple wins to an undefeated team, what does that do just for kind of your confidence?
Yeah, it feels good. Obviously I got a lot of love for the Broncos. I spent 6 years there, won a Super Bowl there. And I love that organization, but to be a 49er, it's like new energy and new environment. It reminds me when I left the Steelers and went to the Broncos. I needed a change of scenery, and it feels good to have a change of scenery. And what a great locker room that the 49ers have here. And like I said, I'm just trying to come and bring even more positive energy and bring another spark to this offense.
What impressions were you able to get of the 49ers during those joint practices that you guys had in August?
I mean, I only saw their defense, but I knew defensively, man, they definitely get after the ball. I remember walking out of the bathroom in training camp and seeing the defensive line and just seeing how big they are and how they tee off on the ball, and that was just individuals. And so I really didn't even know too much about them even prior to getting over here, and just seeing the guys in the locker room, D Ford and Buckner and Bosa and all those guys, man, they stacked on the defensive side of the ball, and I'm excited about that.
What's it like being back with Wes Welker?
Oh man, it's cool. From going from 14 to playing with him, to now him being my coach. It's definitely different, but it's not bad at all. I actually enjoy being around Wes. That's my boy, and he's been teaching me the offense, and we've been communicating, and it's been going well, and I expect it to continuously go that way.
You've already adjusted to different quarterbacks throughout your career. Is each process different and unique?
No, I think it's the same. I just gotta do my job right, and he has to do his job. And you don't I feel like people sometimes put a lot of emphasis on chemistry, but at the end of the day, if it's an 18-yard comeback and I get 18 and I come back down my stem and he's throwing the ball where the ball is supposed to be, I think that it's just supposed to naturally happen, and it shouldn't take too long for it to happen. So I've been talking to Jimmy, and based off the system with Kyle, I feel like we can, if we work at it, we can be successful in the system together.
Kyle said that he's had his eyes on you for 8 years. He's wanted you as a player. Does it work in reverse like that? Is Kyle a play caller that you've noticed that you?
Yeah, probably not that far back, but definitely in Atlanta. When he went to the Super Bowl and seeing, how, Julio and all those guys, man, how he had those guys playing, and even Matt Ryan had an MVP type year that year. And so I really didn't know too much about him prior to just him being a coach, but getting here and just seeing how he is, seeing him today, just a very laid back, funny guy, light guy, light on his toes. And I noticed in the team meeting, I was like, I can't wait to get home and tell my wife that the head coach is wearing Yeezys, man. I was like, that's cool, man. I was like, that's cool. This one cool coach, and just the environment here is just it's so light. But at the end of the day, we have a concentration and we have a focus on the task at hand. And so, I could tell that his team is a reflection of him, and it's cool to see.
How was that talk with Jalen for number 17? Does that number mean something to you? And did you even thought about asking Jimmy for number 10?
No, I didn't even think about Jimmy for 10 or 17 in college. I had to pay for that, but it's all good. It was worth it. So I'm excited to wear number 17 again.
Man, a lot of impression of Garoppolo, and he said you guys talked a little bit back at the joint practices. And
Yeah, Jimmy's cool, man. Jimmy is just like Kyle, cool, but at the end of the day, they're all about the business. And what I know so far in terms of him as a player is just going out to the walkthrough, how much energy he brought just to a walkthrough practice, and the cadence that he delivered, and the tempo that he expected guys, and getting guys in and out of the huddle, and it was good to see. You know, I'm a big energy guy. You know, I love and I feed off energy, and his energy is definitely contagious.
How were you able to come back off the Achilles injury so quickly? And we you know, Richard Sherman's here, and he said his first year back was really difficult because he had sutures put in his heel. Did you have to deal with anything like that? And just
No, I didn't have to deal with any sutures. I think the Achilles, I think it was just me keeping a positive mindset and telling myself that every single day that I go to work, man, make sure that I give 100%, maximize the time, maximize the hours, maximize the minute of every second that I'm in there. And even when I get home, make sure that I'm sleeping well and I'm not drinking alcohol and I'm doing all the right things so that I could come back. And so I dedicated myself in doing that, and I was able to come back a lot faster than people expected.
Yesterday, John Elway said the reason you were traded, he made a reference to the Tennessee game. He didn't explain what that was about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, said you had issues, they had issues.
Yeah.
Can you explain?
Yeah, I think
what
after
that was
the
about?
Tennessee game, you know, me and John had a conversation in terms of the direction that I wanted to go, and me expressing that, you know, he listened, and in dealing with that, hearing the trade rumors, I think that we both decided that it was best for me to go. And you know, I only got 2 more years left, or 3 more years left for playing football, and I'm trying to win a championship. And obviously, they got a young locker room over there, and so we both made the decision that, you know, if a trade comes about, that, you know, he would keep me posted and possibly trade me.
Where do you feel more comfortable on the field, in the slot, in the X and the Z, and what do you expect from Carolina on Sunday?
I haven't had an opportunity. I mean, it's been a whirlwind around here. It's been a whirlwind. So I've watched a little bit of Carolina. I know they play a lot of zone. I know we got to look out for Luke Kuechly. But, you know, in terms of the offense, you know, I'm going to be playing the same position I played in Denver. So I feel like, you know, it's the same system. So I'm used to it. So I feel like I'll be good in transitioning to be able to play on Sunday.
Might have two or 3 years left, and the goal is to win a championship. Is that something that will factor in when you're deciding where, you know, after this year you're free?
Of course. Once I become a free agent, obviously, yeah, it's going to factor in a lot. You know, obviously, a lot of people don't understand. Yeah, the money's good. I've made my fair share of that, but I think it's about happiness. You know, it's about happiness. It's about is it worth it? You know, because for me, if I'm just playing for the money and then we talk about longevity of life, it's not worth it for me. But I love playing football. I love being happy. I love winning games, and I think that's going to be definitely the ultimate deciding factor in where I go.
Man, just to clarify about the Tennessee game, I think people connect the dots because you didn't finish that game. That was not an issue at all. The fact
I even went into that game with a sore knee. Prior to that game, I actually went up to the training staff and told them about my knee being sore. And I haven't been practicing in Denver on Wednesdays because of my sore knee. So I got in that game, my knee got a little sore, and you know, we decided as, you know, a whole that I shouldn't play in that game anymore. All right.
Thank you, guys.